What's up? It's your boys,
Dark.
Crimson
D.
Z.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today?
Great. Today we have a special guest today. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lizzy.
Hey, and again, thank you for coming all the way over here, Lizzy. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I have to apologize to my co-host. We had somebody coming that was, a businesswoman. She was cute. She had all the answers and whatnot as far as relationships goes. Because we're guys, so we don't know how women think.
Mm-hmm.
And she just flipped on us like that. She was like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about the topic anymore. I think it's overdone. Everybody's talking about relationships." But I feel like people that are talking about
That's Charlie. And like I say, this is Charlie.
I feel like people that are actually talking about relationships are just whining. I don't think they're actually learning anything. We wanted to bring her on to snitch on y'all. Okay, so what's the female secret? What do women like? What do women don't like? So dang, Charlie, he loves you. He's like, you guys never let me be on the show. At least they see who's been barking all this time.
Yeah. Let's say he's the one that was on the show. You can see him barking in the background and such.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a part of the show.
Yeah. But would you snitch? Would you give us some deets?
Sure, I can give you my insight. I can't say I can speak for every woman.
Oh yeah, no.
For
This,
me.
like I said, it's just based off of what you
Yeah.
believe yourself.
Yeah.
But I think you can give us a little deet. So, what's something that men do that you wish they would stop?
Ooh, okay, yeah, I have one. So basically, in my dating experience personally, I've noticed a lot of guys like to do what I call the "you girlfriend now" phenomenon, where they basically will meet me and essentially make me their girlfriend without saying I'm their girlfriend, but then deny that I'm their girlfriend the entire time.
So basically, doing the whole
Situationship bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sick of that. I'm so sick of it. Sometimes it'll be under the guise of, oh, I don't want to hurt you, let's go with the flow, let's take things slow, da, 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 da. And I get that, but also the nature of relationships is that you will most likely hurt the other person. Even if it goes well, you will hurt the other person at some point in time. There will be conflict that is just innate to any sort of relationship.
And to me, this the whole them saying the whole situationship thing, or just what they basically did for your situation or whatever. It's essentially them just basically weighing their options or whatever, and you just had a conveniency at the most part for it, though.
And I mean, that's hella toxic.
Mm-hmm.
I know, because I'm about to expose myself. I used to be like that. I used to run, they call it lesbian time, because I don't know if you know this, but lesbians, they move
really fast.
Super fast. They met on Monday, they're moving in on Friday.
Yeah.
And so that's how I am, but it's only because I'm an empath and I can feel people. So, and the bad thing about being an empath is it feels like you know them before they know you. So you have to learn to draw it back. Because I'm like, okay, I feel your aura, I seen everything, when are we gonna date, Because I had to learn, I would call my friend and I was like, oh, I'm in love, you just met her yesterday. Or, oh, we're dating. No, you're in the talking stage. So yeah, that's definitely something that people need to work on.
I agree with that. Yeah, because it's just at the end of the day, it feels like you're kind of wasting a good connection on trying to weigh your options and see if something better is going to come along, or just not wanting to commit for whatever reason because you're scared to open up to people. That was one that I dealt with. One who was it's hard for me to open up. Okay, skill issue.
Right.
So yeah, the situationship stuff is really, really, because what I feel like people don't get is that there are multiple steps to dating. It's not just you meet and then relationship. It's there's a talking stage and then the dating stage and then the relationship stage. And everyone has freaked out and overcomplicated it so that all these situationships are happening now. Because people are oh, but I don't want to be in a relationship. You're not in a relationship yet. You're talking, you're dating. Just have fun and be open to it and don't be a dickhead.
Yeah. Because see, my thing was I wasn't taught how to properly date.
Mhm.
That's why I didn't know. So do you think it's because of lack of teaching from parents or lack of not like, what do you think it is?
I think maybe it's a little bit of lack of teaching. I don't think anyone's really taught how to date. I don't think I was taught how to date. You just kind of like see it in movies and in media.
Yeah.
And then eventually you reach the age where you are able to start dating, and it's like, well, what do I do? Like I was a late bloomer. I didn't have my first relationship until I was 20. And so
Same.
that was a good high five.
Same. Yeah, I lost my virginity at 21. So
Okay.
I'm real late.
Yeah, so especially when you're a late bloomer, that it just adds on, like people have like more experience, they've had high school relationships and stuff, and you're just like, well, I don't have any of that experience, so I don't know what to do. And there's like a really awkward stage you have to get through. I remember that very well.
Yeah. So when you hear somebody say, I don't have time to raise somebody's son, what does that mean to you? Because people hear it all the time, but what's your interpretation of it?
So basically, I think that kind of falls into like another phenomenon where a lot of women will find themselves like doing a lot of labor for their partner. So like cooking, laundry, cleaning, or even doing like, honestly, like therapy work, like being an emotional like support to cry on or to like vent to, but like,
Yeah,
or just
and
dealing with their unresolved issues when it's
Yeah.
like they should be going to a therapist who's actually qualified for that and not their girlfriend or their situationship or like some person they have a crush on or something like that.
yeah, and mind you, all of that is cool if you've been married for like
Yeah.
50 years, but
Yeah.
not like you just met her and you're like, my dad never loved me, and she's like, hold on, what?
And see, that right there is the very first time that we actually had somebody answer that question, and it didn't involve into the typical aspect. And so I think because of answers we've been hearing mainly from the black community and such.
You're immature, or you're underdeveloped, or you suck at being a boyfriend. Like that's what.
And the thing about it too, though, is the fact is that you like we've heard about this situation though, but it doesn't even happen when you're even in the relationship, like boyfriend girlfriend stages. It's like when you're in the talking stages,
Yeah.
is where it hits you with that, and it's like, huh?
Yeah.
And it's like you haven't even gone through the whole thing. Like let's say you're like on your third date or whatever, and the person like hits you with that when they're trying to like end things and such, and it's like, huh?
Yeah.
It's like how did you draw to that and such though, and then it's like if it is like the whole maturity thing and all sorts of stuff, now how did you get that off of 3 dates?
Yeah.
Like off rip. Like because at least by the third date you should know whether or not you actually like the person or whatever to want to advance to the more physical aspects and so forth though, because I said some time has passed since within each dates and all that in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just kind of looking at like, is it really in terms of the maturity aspect, or is it just in terms that because the guy's not doing what I'm used to with these guys that always broke my heart and all this other shit or whatever, that it's like, okay, this guy's not doing this, that, and the third.
Yeah, for me the whole raise anyone's son thing is just like basically being their mom, like cleaning up after them, cooking for them, like before you're even like officially boyfriend, girlfriend, or married or anything like that. That's what I like interpret that as being.
Yeah, and then you also have to watch, because like I'm a guy that loves hearing about people's problems. Like I love talking to people. I don't judge. Like I have this one friend, and she was telling me she's a single mom, and she says, I do cocaine occasionally, and I'm just like, okay. Most people are like, oh my God, are you all right? And I'm like, okay, because I've been through a lot, and I know life happens. So, life happens, and people, it's not a shocker that people use substance to cope. It happens every day. So I try not to judge, but she didn't just trauma dump on me like that, versus this one person that I was talking to, and like I think it was like within the first sentence she told me all of her psychoses and everything that was wrong, and I shocked myself. I said normally I'm a talker, but this is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah. It's sort of like the inverse of like not wanting to raise someone's son is not wanting to be someone's daughter's therapist.
That too.
Yeah, and I see why that can be like a nuisance, because like I struggle with mental health issues, like I have BPD, PTSD, stuff like that, and like I try to handle that shit myself.
Yes.
I don't really like getting people involved in that. I don't even talk about it, so like it's kind of a problem because then I won't talk about it until it's too late, and then it kind of devolves into like a spiral or something like that. But I'm getting better.
Yeah. So, what do you look for in a guy? Like, what is your ideal guy?
I don't really have an ideal per se. I sort of have I've a checklist of 3 boxes that have to be checked off for me to be in a relationship with someone. The first box is, do I find them attractive? That is the first step. Like, I have to like physically be attracted to the person, because you wouldn't want to be in a relationship with someone who like can't look at you.
Hold on. Because see, this is something that I struggle with sometimes. Like, have you ever been, and I know it's different from somebody, so have you ever been attracted to somebody's vibe? Like, you're not attracted to them whatsoever, but they're so cool until you're like, you're cute now. Like, have you?
That has not happened to me. There are people, I've definitely been attracted to vibes and like become really close friends with people, but it's never like suddenly made me romantically attracted to them.
Okay.
But yeah. Box number 2 is if we vibe on a personality level. And that one, there is no rhyme or reason to it. It makes no sense to me. It's like some people check off box 1 and box 3, which is do they like me back, but not box 2. And no matter what, no matter how hard I try, like that box 2 is not getting checked off.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the vibe is really important because I have a really limited social battery, and I look for people who don't exhaust my social battery. That is rare. So then box number 3 is, as I said, do they like me back? That's a tough one.
Yeah, and people don't think about that one. You're like, do you actually like me, or do you just want to fuck?
Pretty much.
You know, and I hate that, like, as grown adults, we can't be honest. Like, hey, I want to fuck you. Like, I don't want anything else. I just want to be fuck buddies.
Well, no, here's the thing, though. People can be and such. It's just only with the people that they actually find attractive that they actually be able to accept that honesty. If it's with somebody that they're not feeling attracted to, so they feel insulted, they'll feel like you're a creep, it's and the third. There's multiple reasons to it.
Yeah, because I mean,
like, that's why I'm just kind of looking at like, it's not like you can't, but it's just, it's a matter like of the maturity level.
But I mean,
it's a matter of like the person. There's a lot of factors into it.
But I mean, I feel like even so, the other person, you know, for their sake, has a right to know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm saying there's definitely honesty that needs to be said. So if you're going around dating somebody or even trying to date somebody or so, just tell them up front, like, you know, if let's say for example for you, let's say if a guy comes up to you such and he, you know, he's saying he's attracted to you and all this other stuff, or whatever, just like offer just a little interaction that you guys had or whatever, and then you either play it cool and you don't tell him up front or whatever, then he's not gonna know exactly whether are your intentions clear, do you like the person, you're not, you know, or you just doing that whole situation of just sparing the person's feelings of because you don't know exactly how they're gonna act and such.
I have a problem with that. I do that a lot.
Sorry, Charlie's hate fucking this like Charlie, like, you gonna talk about us?
He's like, hey, I'm trying to give you guys a show.
I can't. But yeah, like I said, that's like normally how it is though, and I get it. Like, women have a major problem with that and such though. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of situations that could have been avoided would, and you know, it's just. As a man, we deal with rejection on different levels, not just for relationships, but just like in general.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and again, there are those types that, yeah, they might act a certain way though, but it's not that common for you to sit here and be fearing that, oh, if you say, oh, I want him, then he's gonna automatically show you in your ass and such though. It's never that. It's like social media blows that shit up or whatever when situations like that happen, but it's not that common. It's like, if you just say it, the guy, I'm pretty sure 9 times out of 10, the guy will be like it'll be coming to 2 scenarios like this. Either one, he'll just take it on the chin and just keep pushing, or 2, he might try to ask like why, you know. And sometimes it could be some factors into it where it'd be like, hey, I'm just not physically attracted to you or something, and then that could just be that, and you can take the answer and go. Or there might be other factors to where it's like, okay, this is the reason why, this is my third, work on it, and then if I see you again, this might be a different answer. You know what I'm saying? So it can be some stuff like that. So that's just my thing when it comes to it. And then again, this is gonna go to the guys as well. Is that if the guy is straightforward with the situation or whatever, depending on the guy, the girl might be able to accept the fact that it's like, hey, I just want to fuck and that's it, and you know, and y'all can have that relationship, or she can just say, no, I'm not with that or so, and keep it pushing. But again, when it comes down to the knowing the truth about stuff or whatever, y'all don't know how to handle it well.
Yeah.
It depends on the person whether y'all can handle it or not.
Yeah, I think that's part of how women are socialized. We're socialized to like spare people's feelings and like be nice all the time and be considerate of other people and how they feel. So then it's like when we're in situations like that, it's like we don't want to just say, hey, sorry, I don't find you attractive.
And then it's also scary because, I mean,
you never open people.
But I'm saying,
guys are crazy. Because like I was at a bar in the neighborhood, and this guy was trying to like flirt with this girl, and she didn't reject him. He said, hey, you want to come with me? And she said, not right now, I'm just with my girls. And he was literally getting ready to hit her. I'm like, good God dang. And so I made a Facebook post, is this what you guys go through? And they were like, yeah, that's why we give fake numbers. That's why we give fake
but my thing here is that how common do you come across the crazy type stuff? That's my thing.
They said it's pretty common.
And you never know who it's going to be.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, you never know who it's going to be though, but that could be the same thing for in reverse.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why they say. But I don't see a woman like you rejecting a woman.
Oh no, it's been shown multiple times that women can't handle rejection more than it is, more worse than it is men doing it.
Really?
Yes. I think the thing about it though, I think the reason why it's like hurts more though because it's like if especially if it's a guy that they're actually attracted to. Because it hurts more when you hear from a guy that they're attracted to rejecting them than it is coming from a person that they don't find attractive saying that same thing.
Yeah, I have run into that. Like when I was
Charlie, get your fucking over there.
Hey, I think he got triggered by the tripod or something. But
okay.
He was like, actually, but no, when I was younger, I would like flirt with different girls that wasn't necessarily attracted to me. So they hated me because they're like, oh, here's this guy that keeps hitting on me. Their friends hated on me because they're like, oh, here's this guy that's not hitting on me. You know, it's like everybody
that's how
wants to
be getting left out kind of shit.
Yeah, like everybody wants to be wanted. Like you in a group of girls, you don't pick out one and say, hey, you look nice, you know? Like my cousin, there's this really good Japanese restaurant in Cedar Hill. And he was talking about it at work, saying, oh, this is really nice. And this girl that rejected him was like, oh, wow, I want to go. And she was insinuating that he should take her. And like, he's innocent, he's been sheltered and stuff. So he took that as, oh, I'll send you the address. Like, he didn't know that she was saying, hey, I want you to take me out. And then I was like, no, she was trying to go on a date with you. And he was like, but she rejected me. And I was like, she can still spend your money. You know, like she still
that defeats the damn purpose of going out though.
Yeah. Like she wanted the benefits of a girlfriend, but not the actual, like, you know.
Yeah, no, that's just a waste of fucking time. That's what I call it.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's hard out here, man. The dating scene is trash. Like, I don't know, how about on the golf side? How you're like, it's worse over here.
It's worse. It's so much worse. I mean, I date pretty much exclusively in the goth scene. Not because that's what I want to do, but it's because that's my social scene. Like, that's my life.
Available.
Like, those are my people. And so, I mean, I think the last 5 people I've dated / talked to, I've met through the club somehow, some way. And one of those, I'm still friends with him. That one worked out, I guess.
I'm sorry, fucking Charlie, bro. The bear will be on his back, and he looking like, nah, move. He gonna take his backside, motherfucker.
I was cracking up.
I'm trying hard not to look at him, but it's just like, nigga, you taking this serious like a motherfucker. Yeah, we talking about you. Cause it's like he mad the bear, but then at the same time he looking like he give that hate fucking shit. Like he bites it, but it's, I guess that's his version of like pulling the hair or something. Like I can't, bro. Oh shit.
That's crazy, but
like I don't take fuck bear over there.
right, but continue.
I forget what point I was on.
You were talking about how you only date in the goth scene.
Yeah.
No, that
Why did you bring it over here?
He's like,
I threw it over there so you can do it in private. He's looking like, nah, I'm going right there on the carpet, nigga.
I don't want to know he is. He's like, well, bring it.
And then he tried to hang off and do the light. Bro, trying the trip.
But, okay.
And then he goes, hey, bring it back.
Okay, so you were saying.
Basically, dating in the goth scene is trash.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes with the territory. I mean, it's a club scene. You find a lot of guys who, again, just want to do like they want all the benefits of a girlfriend without committing to a person. So that's what I find myself in. That's a situation I find myself in more than I'd like to admit. Because it's just like, you go with the flow until going with the flow has gone on for 10 months, and it's like, okay, so like, what is this? Like, what is going, it's almost been a year, what is going on?
Yeah, I see that.
Okay, but so what do you look for, like on the physical side or so, and like personality wise? Because right now you told us in terms of like, you gotta be physically attractive or so, you guys have to have a cool vibe or whatever, and then he likes fashion and all this other stuff. Like, what are the details in terms of like, what do you consider like your type, and then like personality wise and all sorts of stuff?
I don't know if I have a type, because I kind of dated the same kind of guy for a while, but then like my last two people I've like dated or talked to have been different from that. So it's like, I don't think I limit myself to a type. But a personality, I do definitely have a preference for that. I like people who have a good sense of humor. Probably a little bit like childish at heart, a little bit. I like to call them adult teenagers.
Yeah.
And then there's adults. I feel weird dating adults. Like, because I'm an adult teenager. Like, my apartment is in pastels. I used to listen to K-pop. I would eat cookies for breakfast if you leave me alone by myself. Like,
I mean, I think, okay, so I feel like most people are adult teenagers for the most part. I think it's just those ones that, where they consider adults are the ones that are too damn serious in life.
Yeah.
To where it's like you really can't do much with them, because it's like their whole life is essentially their job or their businesses that they've created and all sorts of stuff, to where it's like, if they do have some downtime, 9 times out of 10 is doing some shit that normally would come off for people that have that type of lifestyle and such what have. It's like nothing that can be very relatable to people that don't necessarily have it. And to me, I feel like even like when, you know, things go well with the podcast and all sorts of stuff, and I'm doing, you know, very well for ourselves and all sorts of shit, I still feel like I'm doing the same shit I'm doing today. Like, it's just like, yeah, it'd be on a higher playing field, but it wouldn't be that different, because it's like, you know, like I said, I'm a kid at heart, so it's like I like doing fun shit or whatever. Like I said, I listen to K-pop too. I like to listen to R&B, various stuff. I watch anime, play video games, all that shit. So it's just like, and I'm just real chill for the most part. So it's like, that's just me.
yeah.
And are you religious at all?
I'm agnostic.
Yeah.
I must say she's goth.
No,
You're
but
a Christian goth.
I'm not. I didn't say they're not. I didn't say they're not. But you guys are more open-minded when it comes to
yeah. Because like, it's funny because agnostics, they say agnostics are the best atheists. Because your guys are like the non-aspirated.
Charlie.
I think we just gotta ignore it.
Yeah, I'm just ignoring it.
It's like he over here side fucking and shit. He doing this dog here.
But yeah, I'm just ignoring it. But yeah, like, there's literally like different types of like there's literally a goth Christian community.
Mhm.
But like, it would be so hilarious if you went out with this guy and like you told him nothing about
Try to
yourself.
get your fucking bear off me.
You told him nothing about yourself, and then you show up like full face paint, like just everything. I think that would be hilarious because you give off the vibe of like very right wing, you know, liberal. I mean, if you don't know,
Mhm.
you were like, who, where?
How do I change that?
Right.
What do I have to do to make sure I don't come across that way?
Right. But like you give it about like nice, sweet, you know, Christian girl, like there's definitely a Bible in your car. You know, and then you get to know you and you're like, wow, you're like the opposite of that, you know.
Yeah, I get what you mean by that. I come across as like a bit of a shapeshifter. Like, I can be the girl next door, but then I can also be like
Yeah.
goth. Like,
I'm sorry, I gotta fucking do with the bear. I gotta fucking do with the bear. It's too fucking funny. You're like, I'll get my fuck bear back.
Can they even see you like
No, they can't see the dog. They see me holding this bear up though. You're like, yo, get my fuck bear, bitch. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. This shit's too hilarious.
But yeah, but I did ask like people to ask you questions, and they did. This guy. Dating and Charlie. Charlie. And he will kill you if you okay. Right. Dating and relationships, men and women priorities nowadays. So what do you think men and women priorities are when it comes to dating?
I feel like men prioritize looks a little bit. I feel like I've definitely had people date me just because they find me attractive and they don't really give a fuck about like what's internal about me, like my personality or like my thoughts, feelings, and like beliefs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I guess you could say that for women. I guess you could say it just goes for like people in general.
Yeah.
People kind of are superficial at times. I mean, I had this person, they had liked me for 2 years. I finally gave them a chance. We're on a date. I asked them, so what do you like about me? And they're like, your outfits. After 2 years of watching my Instagram stories, talking to me at parties, like getting all these chances to get to know me passively and like actively, and all they have to say is your outfits, which I wasn't even dressed up at that time. So it was like, okay, so what about when I'm not in the goth shit? Like, what then? So yeah. But I feel like women, I think we just want to be liked.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of women just, I think, honestly, I don't even like doing the men versus women thing. I think it's all a matter of socialization. So I think people just want to be loved.
Yeah.
But it's hard because, I don't know, I totally lost track of what I was saying.
Priorities.
Priorities.
Yeah.
I don't know, people can be selfish or just they have their own issues and they like have it get in the way of like forming connections or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, I had someone who made a whole big deal about how it's hard for them to open up, and it's just like, okay, I don't know what to do for you then. Like, I opened up to you, why can't you do the same for me?
Yeah, well, it goes back to like raising somebody's son. Like, I shouldn't have to teach you to open up to me. I shouldn't have to teach you.
Wait.
That-
Hold on. You not both know it is never hard to open up though, but you know when it comes down to certain women that likes to use that shit against you and such a reason why most men stop doing that shit.
Yeah, but there's a difference between you not doing it and you don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
Or
but
you're
it's
letting past experiences inhibit like what you could do in the future.
I get that though, but it's like it's like for example when it came out to like the guys that you came across and so too, you saying how like, because when you sit here and say that they were going for the looks aspect or so to it, it magically made me think of like, okay, it's really just the guys you've been kind of like associated with or so that kind of been like a pattern to that and such. It's like, and that's the thing too that a lot of people go through when it comes to relationships. So is that sometimes our dating experiences, it comes into a pattern, but it's like every single time that some people come across like the thing that's the opposite of it, or so then it's like you get so used to doing this and that and the third that you don't know how to respond when it comes to it and such. Or let's say you come across somebody that is the opposite of what you're looking for, but you may not be attracted to that person because it might be different factors into it, maybe because it's a physical aspect to it, or maybe because you're used to this type of character trait or so that this person had or whatever, and it's because if you don't have it, then it's like, I don't feel attracted to this person, or I can't fully submit to this person because I'm not something that I'm used to. So there's a lot of factors that come into it. That's the reason why I'm looking at it like, I mean, I say it's not just, it's based off our experiences, yes, but it's just all about the people that we come across.
Yeah, because like coming from me, I feel like at the same time, I feel like the priorities can sometimes be out of whack a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because when you talk about dating priorities, you should like somebody for who they are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yes, the attraction thing is the first thing, but the attraction thing is just the hook. You need something to back it up.
Yeah,
like a
something more
personality.
substantial.
And relationship nowadays come across as like nobody wants to grow together.
Yeah.
Nobody really does, and that's the part that pisses me off about it because they want somebody to basically rescue somebody in some form or fashion. It's like relationships are a mutual thing and such. It's something that both players grow, not to where it's like, oh, I have my shit together, but you don't have your shit together, so I'm now responsible for not only covering your bullshit, but I gotta sit here and make sure my bullshit maintained, because that's the reason why you even involved with me, because I've got my shit together, so make that make sense. And then let's say in reverse, let's sit here and say that both of you guys are not together and such stuff, but you can work towards, building something together, but you got one person that sits here and, expects the other person to already know this shit, like basically assume it.
Mm-hmm.
And also stuff, and you don't want to build together with them so you grow together or whatever because they're in fear of actually realizing their own insecurities, demons, and all this other shit, and they don't want to tackle that stuff. They just want to do a bunch of shit that makes them feel good, and that's the part that's like,
Yeah, no, I definitely had that in my last relationship for sure, and it was really frustrating because it was like I was happy to grow with him, but like when I was going through stuff, he left me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, nah. Oh, so now you're done? You're done now? Okay, good.
So I got another question. It says, do you think men and women are even looking for the same things as far as dating anymore?
I think that's kind of a hard question to answer. I think there's a lot of people who just want something casual, but their definition of casual is basically, again, girlfriend or boyfriend, like, privileges without actually committing. And then you can only do that for so long before someone catches feelings and then it just becomes a whole big mess. It's impossible. Like, you can't.
You don't think there's sociopaths out there that just be like, hey, that's what it is, we leave it like that?
No, there are, but it's
rare.
But there's limits to it too.
Yeah.
So like I've had one successful friends with benefits situation, and the reason it succeeded is because we kept there were limits to it. We weren't like hanging out all the time. I wasn't meeting their friends and family. We weren't like doing stuff outside of his or my apartment. Or what we did on occasion, but it was I could count on one hand how many times that happened. Meanwhile, another guy I dated who had me in a situation for 9 months, I was hanging out with them all the time, meeting their friends, people associated us with each other. There's pictures of us together, tons of pictures of us together. And it was just you can't seriously have me in that dynamic for this long and think that I'm not gonna fall for you.
Yeah.
You're delusional. You're either delusional or evil.
Yeah. And it's at the end of the day, it's not natural. We weren't made to just hook up like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's another thing, it's the psychological aspect of it. Is because you gotta remember, you're intertwining your soul with somebody.
Yeah.
So that's an honor in itself. But for you to just say, okay, I'm pushing this boundary, or I feel if you're gonna do that, at least come to the person, be like, hey, I'm catching feelings. What should we do?
Or the other person communicates, hey, this is what I want from you. This is the limits of it. Because that was what happened with that last relationship that I was in. Was we never talked about it. like what it was, until things came to a head and we had a conversation outside of the goth club where I'm like, what is this? And he's like, why is there nothing long term with you? Nothing long term after 9 months. 9 months of us fucking with each other. Like, are you kidding me? That's almost a year.
Exactly. And like, have you ever thought about, because I know they say opposites attract, have you ever thought about dating like outside of like the goth scene?
I find when it comes to dating in the goth scene, I date the guys who are like not goth, but they go to goth clubs or like they're newbie goth. They're like what we call baby bats. Like the person I dated last, the first like last relationship, like he just started going to the clubs when we had met, and I was the one who kind of like put him on to more goth fashion, taught him how to do his makeup, stuff like that. So like, I think when you ask about my type, now that I think about it, I go for nerdy guys.
Nerdy, yeah.
Which is like, I feel that's a goth stereotype. It's like the goth girl and her blue collar boyfriend, or the goth girl and her like geek boyfriend. Like you'll find that a lot in like, not a lot of goth people date each other. It's always like a goth and a non, well not always, but it's frequently a goth and a non-goth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
makes
the opposite attract does kind of work in that favor.
That makes sense. And you remind me, you have like, has anybody told you you kind of look like Michelle Pfeiffer a little bit?
No.
Like in Catwoman, like before she was Catwoman, you kind of have that like look to you. You know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that movie?
I have not actually.
You, hold on, you haven't seen, is that Batman Returns or is that Batman? No, the Batman and Robin was with Silverstone. Which one had Catwoman in it?
Say it again.
Which Batman had Michelle Pfeiffer in it? That was Batman Returns, right? It was one of the Tim Burton's one. But yeah, that was my movie. That was my movie. Would you say women today are raising their standards, or are men just lowering their efforts?
I would have to say I think it's men lowering their efforts a little bit. I think the way we socialize men, we don't really teach them to take care of themselves or to like be emotionally open, and that's detrimental when they start dating because like it's how you get to the I don't want to raise someone's son issue, because like yeah, like you'll meet a guy and he like doesn't do his laundry or like doesn't cook, doesn't clean, like doesn't take care of himself, or like can't open up to people. And so let me think.
I feel like this is kind of targeting a certain type in a sense. I don't think that's a generalization type of thing. Because I'm looking at like, you got men that literally do take care of themselves, do the laundry and all this other shit though, but but it's like, they still get hit with that shit. That's the part I'm kind of looking like, I don't really think that's really the general thing. I think that's just basically just somebody who just purely a lazy mama's boy, a bum.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kind of looking at. I'm like, wait a minute, what?
I think every girl fears getting with that type of guy.
Yeah, because it's funny because my friend was like, oh, it's a straight male thing. And I was like, shoot, I got a face mask in there right now. 3 more questions. Question number 3. If someone has to choose between love and financial stability in today's world, which one do you think most people would choose?
I think most people would pick love. I think back in like many like centuries ago, like marriage and stuff was definitely more for like financial gain and like family connections and stuff like that. But I think now we live in an era where like love can be the priority, and I do think that again, like weird, like at the end of the day, like we just want to be loved.
Okay. Okay. Do you think modern dating apps are helping people find real love, or are they destroying relationships before they even start?
That's hard. I think it's like maybe 80 or 90% they're like ruining relationships. They definitely have impacted modern dating, and I would say in a negative way they have. But then I do know people who have like, I have a cousin who met her husband on Hinge. So like there are rare instances where it works out.
Yeah, that's the same thing. My cousin found her husband that's on Hinge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll try that. I've had bad luck with dating apps. I've never tried Hinge, but do you have to pay for them or something?
No, you don't have to. So yeah, nonsense. No,
There's a like
really,
paid version where you can like get extra features, but there's a free version.
Yeah,
because like Hinge is really where I found Hinge.
Yeah, because I'm like at this point, like me being single is like disrespectful at this point. Like I feel like why ain't I in a relationship? Like and then it hurts when you see people that don't look good as you in the relationship and you're like, God, come on here.
And see,
what are we doing?
And see, a lot of it comes into where it's like, oh, the Lord gonna sit here and hold it back for you so until it's time for you to meet the one that's on you.
Yeah, that's what my mom said. That
yeah, and I was like, I looked at that, and I said, I get that, and trust me, it's not. Hey, trust me, hey, I'm all about what the Lord's plan and such. But at the same time, like, can you give me at least a due date when that's gonna happen?
Right.
At least give me that so then where hey, I can then work harder and try to work myself out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they say he doesn't do that because he knew we would fuck it up. So, but yeah, I'm just like I feel like even going out of the country and getting somebody, but I don't even think you can because you can't go to Latin America. No Latin countries like.
Why exactly?
Because they're not submissive at all. Like they're not.
Well, yeah, like Latin America sort of. Wait, didn't Brazil be the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, they're definitely very different in terms of how they is. So you have to go to like Europe, Thailand, China, Japan, like maybe India, and then so like the one that they're a lot more traditional aspect or so to is where it's pretty much where you need to go. Anyway, I mean, I would say Africa would be, but it's kind of up and down when it comes to
not Africa.
like it's kind of up and down when it comes to this. It's like it's like they like us but hate us at the same time, depending on what part.
Yeah, like no heavily Afro country is gonna be submissive. That's definitely in the East over there. But I don't really like submissive people because as far as dating, because I've always been the one to be like dominant in like most of my relationships. Like say for instance, even with we ain't never been in a relationship, but even like me and him, like when we first started hanging out, he did like I go out all the time. So I knew different spots, so I would be like, okay, we're going here, here, and here. And like I went to get some sushi with my friend yesterday, and it was like our second time going out to eat. And she's from Cuba, and I was like, okay, I'm getting a drink, I'm getting some sake. And she said, no, you're not, you got a drink. And I was like, I know my limits. And then she was like, well, I don't. And I was like, okay, Mom said I can't drink, but I liked it because it was like, you know, her asserting her dominance and telling me what to do instead. It was refreshing because nobody ever like does that. So I definitely like a woman that's like assertive, you know, like not bossy, but like stands her ground, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with like find somebody that can like speak their own mind or whatever to it though. But to me, it's like I don't like doing a woman that's got that competition side of shit.
What do you mean competition?
Competition side, what I mean is that where it's like it's not in the sense of she's trying to grow with you. It's a matter of she's trying to basically use what she can to grow. And then there's also a matter where it's like she's trying to be the more dominant one out of the relationship or something like that, to where it's like your position as like basically the head of the household, so y'all already get together and all this other stuff or not, is being challenged and all this other stuff. And it's not even for a good reason.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Well, I mean, there shouldn't be any challenging there, but like, I feel like your girl is like your second in command. So she should definitely have like a say. Like if I'm doing something dumb, she should definitely step in and say, no, don't do that, and not follow me, you know, into the fire.
But that's the same. There's a difference between like doing that and being helpful, and then doing it when you're trying to take over as it. That's the thing. Because like it's like for example, it's like I don't even like using this example when it comes to using time stuff, but it's like saying you're Batman and then your girl's Robin.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got Robin want to sit here and tell you as Batman what to do and shit. And it's like, I'm Batman. That's what I'm saying in that scenario. It's like, hey, you want to go out and you want to be Nightwing and all sort of shit, whatever, cool. Like, I'm not gonna stop you if you want to do that, but if you want to be with me, you my Robin. You follow my lead or whatever, so you got my back or whatever. Shoot, like I said, if I'm in trouble, so you got my back. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But like when you try to come up, be Nightwing, and then try to take the shit with how I do shit, whatever. It's like, hold up.
Yeah. What is your opinion on dominant women?
I have mixed feelings about it.
Like I said, I like it.
I just want to. I want it to be an equal partnership, basically.
Yeah.
Where like, I don't know. I guess the sidekick analogy is almost kind of what I'm going for. But like each person like gets to say like each person has an equal say in like the relationship and what's going on and like everything like that.
Yeah.
And that can come across as like some people like being more dominant and then more submissive at like different times in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't really like a strict dominant or submissive like label.
Yeah, I can see that. Because like I said, nobody likes somebody that's over bossy.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, like she wasn't like I would consider what she did yesterday bossy as much as it is responsible.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to drive. You can't drive as it is. I don't feel comfortable with you drinking and driving.
Someone who can set a boundary.
Yeah, pretty much. It was a boundary.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely like that. So last question. When it comes to like dating now, do you think people date for like status or do you think people date for like love?
I think people can do a bit of both. I think people like to date someone that like makes them look better by like having that person with them, which can also come with problems. But I think again, people just want to be loved. People want connection. We're humans, like innately, like we seek like social interaction, social connection, and like interpersonal like connection like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like you said before, it's boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're the type of person where you're like, I'm okay, like, sleeping with XYZ, as long as we set that boundary, as long as I'm getting my rocks off, I don't care. And then you have somebody that's like, oh, I only want to be with my person. I want to save myself for my person. I also feel like bringing other people in the relationship can have an effect on it because that's what ended my first relationship. So my first relationship was 2 years ago and very late. And I feel like we ended because she was like, I'm a talker. Like you say, your social battery, like I feel like your social battery would be drained. You wouldn't even have a battery at that point, But it's like she was a talker too, and like she would tell like everybody everything, and most of her family's boyfriends were either selling drugs, had been to jail, working minimum wage, not doing too good. So they saw me and they were a little bit jealous. And she didn't realize it, so they would tell her, oh, I don't like him, he ugly, this and that. And I feel like it got to her. And plus, I'm African, and we have like a tendency of being like controlling. And they told her, oh, watch out for him, because he could, try to control you and this, that, and the third. And I feel like all that got to her head and kind of tainted the relationship a little bit. So I feel like when you're dating the person, you're dating the person. Yeah, it's good to like talk to your mom or dad or have like that one best friend that you can go to. But as far as putting like multiple people with multiple opinions in it, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, do you have any questions for us?
No, not really. I didn't come prepared, admittedly.
It's cool. Would you come back? Okay, next time we're going to be in downtown Dallas. We're going to be closer.
Okay.
But would you ever want to come back on the show?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, because I still want to get into like the goth scene with you. I still want to get into a little bit K-pop, and this gives you a chance to actually see K-pop Demon Hunter. And the website I gave you, it should have it has like Crunchyroll and like anime stuff on there too.
Okay, heck yeah.
You can check it out.
Cool.
But thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
Until then, it's your boy,
Dark
Crimson
D.
Z.
Yeah.